Hello everyone and welcome back to the Armchair podcast, England special, because it is international break. How excited, I'm sure everyone was super excited to watch England against Andorra.
Yeah,
wherever that were. I'm not sure, no offence to
sandwich between France and Spain.
There we go.
In the Pyrenees.
I have no idea where that is. But obviously, very tough test, and it's a chance for the team to gel. And it's a chance for us to prepare for probably the most important tournament in English history.
Definitely since the last one, yeah. It's the most important since the last one.
And obviously the one after that will be probably more important. But
that's how it works.
It's definitely significant.
But it's big because we've got Tommy T in. We've got rid of Gareth, which was, made for great podcasting, to be honest, because you could talk about, you Gareth in or out and stuff like that. But now, you've got to be Tommy in, haven't you? Or
yeah, I love that whole debate, if we touch on when Tommy Tuchel got hired, where we're looking for the next England manager, and it was like a division of 50% people still thinking we're in 1945. Yeah. With the whole
that's when it all comes out. It's like
It is quite funny though when we do the traditional English chant, whether you like it or not, which it is the 10 German bombers thing.
Yeah.
And it is pretty funny now. You'll be singing that on an away day or at the World Cup and thinking,
but also just
the whole got a German manager.
The whole thing
about
will he sing the anthem or not? I don't give a shit. He's a manager of England. He's not English.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice for a manager to feel passionate enough to sing the English anthem, but he would probably never do that.
But I don't care if he wins a World Cup. Why would I give a shit?
No, I mean technically.
Obviously, in an ideal world, yeah, maybe.
For me, international management, and again, this is the thing where it's this is why I think that England will never win. Controversial hot take: won't win a major trophy again until football's actually changed from the ground up. Because I think, in terms of management, in international football, it's actually not that important. I actually think it's more the way a team plays and gels, and the actual sort of nation, how a nation is sort of sculpted to play
football philosophy.
Yeah, because if you look at Spain and Argentina and all these teams, the way they play, it's I'm not sure if that comes from a manager, and it's more the way they just play. Because, for example, I've seen videos of France when they link up and it's Mbappe linking up with Kante or whatever it is, and they don't play for each other's national teams. But then when they it's it would take a normal football team ages for them to link up like that. But then because there's that French connection, they just know each other.
I can't tell as well if it's just because we are English and it's just because of everything that comes with the even the symbolism, but the English grit, it's tough to play in the Premier League. We're physical, the English brand of football. If it just feels like all the other a lot of the ones you've named just play or much better football than us, or at least just seem silkier. When I see, even though it's just weird for me with England, even though I see Bellingham, I know he's a brilliant player, but it just doesn't seem quite the same as looking at Mbappe or looking at
well,
I mean obviously Messi, but
to someone that plays in Bellingham's position, who's not English. I don't know, McAllister for Argentina. He plays in the same role, but he's tiny and he's more technical, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know.
I just think if you look at the English team and the English squad, I think whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, English football from the grassroots up, a lot of it is built on physicality. Whereas I feel Spanish and French football and all that stuff is built on more technicality. I also just think it's even
even the Sunday League stuff though. If you play Sunday League, people just don't really like it sometimes. When you play football, obviously it changes. Obviously at the higher level, yeah. But I remember even when I played Sunday League and whatnot, it kind of, if you pissed about or if you passed it too much, people would get pissed off. It's just Route 1 stuff. I mean, it's kind of that's our style of football. And to be fair, the German style of football isn't too different. They used to be traditionally quite direct as well. But I don't know.
I just think
my point is I don't see. I just don't. It's weird though. Maybe every nation has this, but I just don't see us as it's an aesthetics thing. I think it's an aesthetics thing, but I just don't see us as good as those. I just don't see it.
If you do look at our players, try and think of one player apart from Foden in the England squad that is that type of Spanish, French, just more Spanish really, mold, because obviously, the reason I'm saying Spanish is because they won the Euro, so technically I know France dominated the World Cup scene in the past, but Spain look fantastic,
Not
and
even
they've
like
obviously
Argentina and
had
Brazil.
success in the past. But if you think of one player apart from Foden who has that look about him, I can't really think of any.
What in terms of what, like flair player?
Yeah, in terms of like the way they would play football, in terms of like flair, passing between the lines, skillful players.
I
Apart from
don't know.
Foden,
No,
I don't know who. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
If you
I
look at
think maybe it
Spain's
will
team,
change, but
I know Spain's team that cut through us in the Euros final, it's like, we have got players like that, Cole Palmer and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. That's a whole other discussion
yeah.
essentially about English football. But it seems like we have stuck to that same. I think the FA people was like, oh, the FA's gone bold, and they've actually hired a manager with success. But I kind of think like they've just hired like another Southgate, but like who's, I know this is mad comparing Southgate to Tuchel, but you know what I mean. In terms of like the way they play
Tuchel
football,
doesn't play.
That's what I mean.
Type of football, yeah.
In terms of the way they play football, like Tuchel is
It's
not
not
an
sexy,
experimentalist.
really. Yeah.
He's sort of, he knows what he does and he does it well, and he's done it well in the past. But is that going to carry into international football?
Does it matter? Do you
It's
have the
not at the
time to do
moment.
that? Maybe, honestly, I think it's just like having a fucking mentality monster as your manager. And I think that's sometimes where we fell short with Southgate.
Yeah. I mean, he does. What I do like about Tuchel, obviously, let's get into like, Tuchel's management so far. Like, if we look at the actual football that's been played, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty dross, and I don't think a lot has changed in terms of like Southgate going. Like, I don't look at the football now and go, wow, it's a lot better. Even when Lee Carsley came in, like, I think we played better football. Yes, he went a bit too far trying to squeeze in Bellingham, Foden. But to be fair to him, he actually did what a lot of us were crying for, and it proved to a lot of us why that won't work.
Yeah,
I think what did he do? Was it like Saka, Rashford, Bellingham, Foden in the same lineup, and it was just stunk the gaff up because there's too many creative players in the same lineup?
I don't know. I don't even think it's that. I just think it was more like I don't know. I just get the sense that the thing is with like Lee Carsley, I just thought as well, like, he just was never. I always thought that once he had one bad game, it was all gonna go. It was never gonna work, right? Because people criticize Gareth Southgate for like basically being like a safe choice, and also like it's not really like a sexy name either. So I kind of felt like Lee Carsley. Obviously, he was literally on borrowed time. He was only a temporary manager, but it was never gonna work. But I also think like it's just the way. I don't know what it is.
My point was in that Lee Carsley, again, the under-21s, he won another trophy with them like recently. Like, he's a serial winner with them, and it's like the fact that he couldn't translate that into. I know he didn't have a lot of time, but the fact he couldn't translate even some of that into the senior squad, for me, it's like,
I get what you're saying.
Rings alarm bells. It's like, why have we got this like mental block? Even when a manager comes in like that, who you'd think, wow, he's actually played like all of our attacking players. We still don't play attacking football.
It seems like we always just have
and
always
it's like,
played
mate,
shit
like,
football.
it's crazy. So like, let's get into the game. Like the other night, like you look at players like Eze, and I mean Madueke was good last night before, but Eze's a prime example. Like, he just didn't look himself for England, and you know what? Maybe it is like the weight of the shirt as well. Like, people don't think about that, but like playing for England's a big deal for these players. Like, and also they want to win so bad. It's a bit like Arsenal. It's like we haven't won something in so long, so I think there's more pressure to succeed, and I think that can obviously some players it doesn't, like
any
Bellingham
excuse for like Andorra though. Like, you should
No, it's not
go
an
out
excuse
there.
for Andorra.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's
like,
true,
some of these
it's
are just
true.
like literally not even professional.
But like
footballers.
sometimes I looked at it, it wasn't the manager. Like, the players got into some good positions, and they just didn't take the chances. They just weren't effective enough. So I think it's 50-50 really. In international football, like, a lot of it is on the players. It's like, how bad do you want it? Like, can you cope with the pressure?
Ultimately, we are going to analyse these performances. I think the difference is, like, with Lee Carsley, we were always going to judge him based on like what he did even in friendlies. Whereas like Tuchel, I don't really care like about these friendlies. Obviously, we need to. There's the basics of like, this is European qualifiers. We need to qualify, and we will. But like, the point is that I think with Tuchel, like, and maybe for the players as well, it's just hard to be like get into it if there's not like that thing on the line of like you need to win. Like, you're in the tournament. Like, how many times have we seen it where we don't even turn up? Like, even in the Euros, we didn't turn up until what? We never really turned up. We just kind of somehow got by to the final.
People were hoping that we were going to, and this is why people are worried, because people were hoping we are going to turn up this time and play a brand of football, a style of football. It seems like that's not going to be the case, and we are going to play quotation marks tournament football, which I don't really get this thing about tournament football, like this style of play. It just, for me, it's like, it's a load of bullshit. Like that, what you have to play really cautious and grind out 1-0 ones in tournament football. Why? Like I know you want to get through. I get you need to be safe, but if you look at all the teams that have won in the past tournaments, they've not been boring, solid defensively teams. They've been teams that attack you and they've got pace and they've got skill and they've got flair.
Yeah, I would argue though that like even those, I would argue that there are teams with even more flair than us.
Sorry, like Spain defensively weren't great at the like they just won purely on like their midfield and attack. I
also think they were just better than us. Like
they are better.
As a team, they were better.
This is the whole point, isn't it? Yeah. It's like we don't play good football, and also it's a poison chalice. Also compare England to a bit like Man United, massive potential, like massive players. Like if you actually, we're gonna go through we're gonna build our starting 11, and honestly, like if you look at this, there was a point I was watching Mark Goldbridge today, and he was saying most national teams. But I don't know if I agree with this point. Excluding Spain and France, potentially, and maybe a couple of others, most national teams have got about 20 good players, that you would probably, think about starting. England have got, 30. It's ridiculous, the level of talent.
Yeah, maybe.
And also, the options we have, and they all play for Premier League teams.
But all we
some
need
of them play abroad.
Yeah,
I know, but it's a headache for a manager.
Yeah,
people
ultimately,
say,
it's actually kind of annoying.
It's a good thing for a manager, but I'm not sure if it is.
Yeah. The thing is,
hard.
the reason that Tuchel is should in theory be a good appointment is because I think he's got the pedigree to come in and make really tough decisions. For me, I often, just because of Southgate's CV and just because of what I saw in front of me in terms of some of the football he played, I just didn't believe in some of his decisions, and they turned out to actually be pretty good decisions. He's the best manager we've had for England in my lifetime. So I think with Tuchel, his job should be to come in and be to the media and to us who make podcasts and or comment in whatever and say this isn't the right 11. He should have the pedigree to come in and just be no, this is my 11. Shut up. If Foden doesn't get played or Palmer or Saka, then there shouldn't be these debates. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I know, but he should have the authority. He's won a Champions League.
No, I understand, but the thing is, you lose. This is the thing with England. It's any manager can lose, no matter what he's done, because he's been so successful. There will always be people in the media and fans. There will always be that seed of doubt with England. Honestly, we could hire Pep Guardiola.
When have we had a manager like Tuchel?
Pep Guardiola.
When have we had a manager like Tuchel though? When have we had
No, we haven't. But my point is, there's always going to be seeds of doubt, and especially talking about bold decisions. I don't mind the manager making bold decisions, but at the end of the day, no matter how much pedigree he's got to win the Champions League, some of the decisions I think are baffling.
Really?
It's not we drop Foden and bring a young talent in, and it's I'll put all our trust in Mainu, or we'll bring Wharton in and trust it. What is going on? What is this Henderson? He's got obsessions with certain players that I'm just a bit concerned about, based on his previous experience with them, maybe, or something like that.
So what, like Henderson?
I'll give you two examples just off the top of my head. Henderson, for one, which I think everyone in the nation agrees that he is finished.
Yeah.
He doesn't even play for a top club anymore, and he's I know.
He's not very. Yeah, Henderson. That's not controversial.
I don't
he's pretty shit now.
It.
Yeah,
he's
it
actually
average.
doesn't make any sense. Why bring him in? I understand for leadership, but there's so many leaders in that team.
Yeah.
You make out that it's a young team. I don't understand if Henderson was the only person, and maybe he captained us to a fucking Euros Cup, and he's in there because of good, captain. But I don't even think he was captain.
Yeah.
Kane was captain.
No.
So I don't understand it.
Yeah, we've got the leadership there. Right. Moving on from Henderson.
And then Reece James. Yes, Reece James is a world-class player on his day. But, even Chelsea fans will admit, Reece James is inconsistent. He doesn't... Will he even be fit for the World Cup? And it's just... And then we've got so much other, options. Trent Alexander-Arnold does not get picked, and he plays for Real Madrid. Real Madrid have said, you are the best right back in the world. We're starting you every week. And for some reason, Thomas Tuchel thinks that Reece James is a better fit.
No one seems to rate him.
You mean Gareth Southgate
and Tuchel now, though, didn't put him in his team.
But
it's not just them. It's not just those
Slot.
two though. It's been a debate. How do you get Trent in? Do you think Trent is good enough to play in a four at the back?
It's a joke, mate. He's played for Liverpool and Real Madrid in a four at the back.
Yeah, but they played such a specific way.
But we should
play. They played such a specific way.
This is what people are saying. We should play to the best player's strengths. If I look at the England squad, you've got like players for me who are just like non-negotiables because of their minerals and like if you're talking about tournament football and players that have just got balls and they want it, Bellingham, Trent, like Kane,
Saka.
But the thing is, like players that have got experience winning trophies as well. Like,
Yeah, but I think Saka, based on his
but
CV for England,
let's just put the agenda for the start. Yeah, I
no, it's not
understand.
agenda. He's been our best. He's been England's best player for like the last 4 years.
I'm talking about in terms of like a mental. I'm talking about like winning, like big moments players. Like I'm not saying I know Saka's stepped up and took that penalty and missed it, etc. But I'm talking about players that have won trophies.
He scored against Switzerland to bring us through to the semi-final against the Netherlands.
All right, look, Josh, I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm saying that Saka's a great player, but what I'm just saying is, I'm saying for me, like Saka, yeah, again is a non-negotiable. I'm just talking about these players who are like, you know, like leaders, like players that are like got that sort of.
I firmly
gravitas about.
I firmly class Saka in that.
Okay,
in that category.
Well, yeah, well,
he did
Saka,
a Panenka at the fucking.
Yeah,
Bernabeu.
I know. We'll add Saka into it then. But you know what I'm saying? And then I think Trent is one of them. That's my point.
Okay.
And the fact that he thinks that Trent should not be in this, even in the squad, for me is crazy.
Yeah, no, I agree. He should be in the squad. I just think, well, it's a friend. I keep saying friendlies. It's international like break. We're still a bit off the World Cup, like where it's getting. You know, we're still a year off-ish, just under a year. But, like, I think there's still time for that to change. I don't think... I would be very surprised, for example, if Trent is not on the plane in 2026. Very surprised.
And I talk about... people always talk about this defensive thing with Trent, and it's like... I get that, but he opens so much for us on that right-hand side. Like, and you can imagine, like, Trent and Saka, like... You know, with Salah, like, for Liverpool. Like, I feel like Saka could do that... Could be that same thing. I know they play differently. Like Saka's not like Salah in the way he plays, but I just think he's, you know, also it feels like a lot of our game relies on crosses. Like we looked at our game last night against Andorra, and like it was Reece James. It was that Madueke cross that got us the goal. It was the cross that Declan Rice scored, you know, to head it in. So it's like, I'm sorry, who is the best? Who is probably the best crosser in world football?
Well,
the best ball
listen,
player.
He's in my 11.
I mean,
he's in my 11, so I completely agree with you.
But yeah, so obviously we've gone a bit off topic here, but the main point is like in terms of I think why you still get questions is because he's making these questionable decisions.
Yeah,
and like and it's mad. Like for me, like Conor Gallagher should be replacing Henderson. Like why Henderson is in that squad, I have no idea.
Well, you know, I don't. I mean, there's probably even others that we could think of that could probably replace Henderson. Henderson's a weird one. I don't really get it. I also just don't really rate him, and I never really rated him. That I don't. You know, obviously maybe a good leader, but like he's not. For me, he's not the reason why Liverpool won a Champions League or won the
cover of
Prem.
FIFA 13.
They had a really good team in both. You know, so. Anyway, I'm sure Henderson was a good player at some point.
He was a good player, but
now he's
not. He was
not.
never even like...
Right.
Anyway.
Let's move on from Henderson, because I feel like that's a unanimous thing. Like, everyone has been like, why the fuck is Henderson in the squad? You know what I mean? Yeah. Are there any other things that like stand out to you from like his early selections?
Again, like he's got this obsession with Rashford as well, which is...
Do you think it's an obsession? I
think
it's just...
because he starts...
he was good for Villa, though.
What I'm saying is he favours Rashford. You know, basically, when Rashford was playing shit... When Rashford was playing shit at at United and then he moved to Villa, he was like, "Oh, Rashford's such a good player." Like, yeah, he was like 2 years ago. Like, I'm not saying Rashford can't do a job for England. Like, he's been great for England and he's been great for United in the past. But I just look at him now as a player and I look at the other options we have on the left, or maybe a change of system. And I'm like, I don't think Rashford was the player that he was a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't think he is going to be that player. Like, he might have lost a yard of pace now as well. I know he's at Barcelona. And I think Tuchel just puts a lot of faith in Rashford, and in his head he's something that we as fans like can't see anymore. Maybe he sees something we're not, and I like the idea like Kane at Bayern is playing to his strengths because you know he's got Elise and he's got you know who's on the other side for Bayern, but yeah he's got like pacey wingers. So I get having Rashford and Madueke to run behind.
Well, he's got like Musiala, and then he's got
like for me it's
Coman still plays.
He's trying to get Rashford back to his best, and it's like at the end of the day, for England, for me, it's like you pick the players that are in form and that are playing well in the Premier League and they've got confidence and they've got momentum because that's a lot of football's about momentum. It's like for me, it's when Gareth Southgate was trying to play Foden and stuff like that when they were just playing shit in the Prem. It's like, mate, just leave it out.
Listen, I think I would also be surprised if Rashford starts it's a long way away. But I'd be very surprised if Rashford's our starting left winger in come 2026.
But again, that's what I mean. That's why for me it's stupid.
What you think is waste?
No, yeah,
we've got a lot of injuries.
But
any
player that's starting games now under Tuchel, it does not make any sense that they're not. Obviously, Henderson is going to go to the World Cup. Like that for me, that's obvious. That's what's going to happen, and people are going to be furious about it. But that's going to happen, whether you like it or not. Because why the fuck would he be selecting him for England now?
Yeah, okay, fair.
And Rashford's
we'll
obviously
see.
going
I guess
to
we'll
go.
see.
It's
obvious. They might go, but will they play?
Yeah.
Why will they? Henderson's not played. He's not played a minute.
Yeah, it's just fucking stupid that.
Has he?
No, he's not played one minute.
Yeah, so I don't know if when it comes to a World Cup, this is what I'm trying to say. He must think, you're going to need all the talent he's got. I think Rashford if he was in form for Barca, I don't see why he couldn't go. My feeling is that he won't be starting for Barca.
He doesn't even play for Barca.
No, I know, but he's on,
he's
he's still there. So if he's good for Barca, then we'll see. But I doubt he will be, to be honest. I think they've got better players than him.
Anyway, do you want to go into the bit?
Let's move on. Yeah, I just think that come 2026 it'll be really different. But yeah, let's get
not
into
that far away though, is it?
Yeah, but let's get into the lineup because I just wanted to say quickly the last one is Foden.
Oh god.
Foden, yeah, but he's not done it for England.
I'm sick of hearing his name.
Well, you're and he's dropped him, and then so what?
No, we can talk about him. I'm just saying it, and I'm sick of hearing this lad's name. Like everyone talks about him in pundits, and they've stopped now. Thank God. I think there's only a handful of people now that still say Foden's like Messi. Like talk about him like he's 22. The lad's what, 26 or something?
Yeah.
He's not a kid anymore. He had one good season at City, where he was unbelievable. To be fair. But like that's any player's had any player. You can list any player in the England squad who's had one amazing season. And I know not quite like player of the year, but you look at Rashford even at United, he's had some unbelievable seasons at United. It's like just get over it. Like he's not the player.
Well, we'll see. We'll see this season. I tend to agree with you, but
he's not even favoured at City. Like.
But anyway, all I'm saying, I mean, listen. He is. He will be.
But yeah, I'm just glad.
My point is, he's just not done it for England, has he?
Obviously, Tuchel, unlike Southgate, won't listen to the media. That's a good thing about him, and I don't think he'll have this obsession clearly about Foden because he's not even picked him. Which is a good sign for me because even though I think Foden on his day could be amazing, and I'm not a Foden hater, I think he's a fantastic player. He's obviously just not. There's obviously just some. Unless he picks up for Man City, I don't think it's worth him taking him, to be honest, because there's still going to be that debate about him. He's just not done it for England, has he? Bless him. He's never worked. Every time he's played for England, he's just not been good. So we need to give someone else another chance.
Yeah.
Are we going to pick our starting 11 then?
Yeah, I'm going to pick starting 11. So. My hot
Josh,
take
you're
straight
quite
away.
Passionate about this, aren't you?
Well, I am because basically I just think that this app really sucks. But I went on the BBC's and it's based on the squad that he's picked, and obviously there's a lot of players that come 2026. I hope on injured / will be available. So I'm going to use this. Okay, so basically my hot take is that, and I don't know if it's that hot a take, but I would probably play 3 at the back. I don't think we.
That's a 5 at the back.
No, three centre back.
Right.
No, obviously that means it's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
But like, I would play with wing backs.
Right.
And the reason is because I agree with you that we need to get 2 players in that back line on the pitch. They're non-negotiable for me. This is going to sound hilarious, but Harry Maguire, I think, has to be on the pitch. I do think that he's always been brilliant for England, and I think he's brilliant in a 3 at the back.
To be honest, he is.
He's great in both boxes.
He's good for Man United.
He's not bad for United.
They are, he's good.
He's
for
never
United.
bad.
And also, I agree. He's a leader.
He is.
And
Hasselbank was saying that
Harry
they missed
Maguire,
him.
I think in a back 3 is great, and he's been playing in a back 4 for United. He scores big goals.
Yeah,
he does score big goals. He's good in the box. And yeah, to be honest, I agree with you. But again, it's like, it's the same as Southgate. If we're playing a back 5,
what's wrong? Because I'll tell you
because I think the people's
I'll give you my
argument is we've got
reasoning.
so much. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I'll give you
But
my
just before you
reasoning.
give the reasoning,
Yeah,
I just want to caveat this: the reason why people don't want to see a back 5 is because we've got so much attacking talent. People think that it is wasted.
But I personally think that Trent is attacking talent. Like
Yeah,
I see him as an attacking talent, and I see like him. I would, in my opinion, rather put him in over someone else. I also think
so. Basically, what you're doing is you're taking out a midfielder and you're going to play Trent as like a wing back, but you
But
think
he can
he's
drop
that
in.
good at wing back.
I think he can just do whatever he wants.
So,
I think Trent's a
so
unicorn.
essentially,
Just put him
it is
in.
a five at the back, but it's not a defensive five at the back.
No.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just because I think I would just love the idea of Trent having like a lot of freedom to go. I also think that our defense, like I personally don't rate like Colwill. If we had like Colwill, if he's available, I'd put the 3 right now. If Stones is fit, I'd play Stones. I know he's dropped off a little bit.
Who plays there if Stones isn't fit? Because they're likely
Levi Colwill.
Okay.
I've gone Maguire and I've gone Mark Gay for the 3 at the back, because I just think with the 3 at the back, like people might disagree, but I just think that Gahey did a good job. I think like our defensive line was pretty good at the Euros, but I don't know. I just don't think that our defense is.
Konza was really good in that back 3.
Yeah, but I think our defense is just quite weak. No, we played a back 4, didn't we?
I thought. Yeah, but I'm sure Konza's played in the back 3 before.
Yeah, he can. Yeah,
he looked good.
Yeah. So we've got loads of players that could fit in that back 3.
Yeah, I think a lot of our centre backs are probably. But then again, I don't know. I think that's like a lot of people say our centre backs are more comfortable playing in the back 3, but
I think they
are playing
are.
the back 4 for their clubs all the time.
I think they're better in a back 3, in my opinion. I think they're much better in a back 3. Like, I just don't think we're very good in a back. Like, I mean, I know we had a back 3. So we had a back 3 for the start of the Spain game, didn't we? Which I completely forgot about. For some reason, I thought that Southgate went to a back 4, but then I guess we played really shit and we changed it halfway through, didn't we?
He always plays a back 5.
I would play a back 5, yeah. I think Walker really fell off, and I think he shouldn't. He was terrible that game, if everyone remembers. I think Trent should have started, but on the right. I don't think we should have started Foden because. Anyway,
basically, what you would have done, so that lineup for you is great, apart from swap Walker for Colwill.
Or
Konza,
Maguire and put Stones.
and put Stones there, and then move Saka up and put Trent in for Walker.
Yeah, so basically, my back 5 is if we've got Shaw, he can play at left back, or
really?
Lewis Hall, or Lewis Hall, or. Basically, someone that's good defensively at the left.
Right, so you're putting Shaw at left back then?
Maybe even Jed Spence. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, all right.
He's a great one-on-one defender.
Put Jed Spence in there, because I agree. I
think he's really good one-on-one.
Can he play? Yeah, he can play 4.
Why not? So he can drop deep, and you basically got a 4 at the back, and you've just got Trent going on.
Yeah.
And then if we can change it in-game if you need to. My 2, right, so this is the midfield now. So I'm basically playing a 5-2-3.
Yeah, we get that.
Okay. Obviously, Declan Rice. I don't see how you don't start him.
Yeah, he's a non-negotiable.
Yeah, and then for me, it's between Anderson for Forest, and I thought he was really good.
Yeah.
But for me, I'd play Adam Wharton.
What? That's so defensive. That's crazy.
Adam Wharton is not defensive. He's not. He's such a good ball progressor. Like the way he passes is so good. He unlocks defenses like really well.
Okay.
And I think if we've got Trent on the pitch, he can also pick the locks. And I think if we make... So, obviously, there's a front 3. People might say there's not enough creativity, but I think there will be, okay? For the reasons that I'm going to say. Right, so I would start on the right. I'd start Saka.
And then you've got Saka, Kane, obviously. Or have you not got Kane?
I'm getting Kane, yeah.
Kane. Right.
I think Kane has to play because he's on his day... Not just on his day, but he just finished his chances, doesn't he? He's good. The left is what I'm struggling with, to be honest, in my team. I don't actually know how I'd play on the left.
Well, you're going to have to choose so we can get on with it. And
I think Eze... Maybe not. I mean, unless Spence could like bomb on, but... Because you could...
Make a choice, so then I can critique this lineup.
Right, let me have a look then. Let me just put... I think he's good enough to play there. I don't give a shit.
Cole Palmer?
Yeah, fuck
on
it.
the left?
I don't give a shit.
He doesn't play for
what? Yeah, but he can play anyway. He can just drop in. Fuck it.
So basically, you're having, basically, so if Spence bombs on...
Or Eze there. I don't know. Maybe.
Right, so it depends how Eze gets on. Because for me, Eze is a better fit on my left there than Palmer.
Yeah.
So I'd put Eze there personally.
But I just worry about... I think
maybe. Palmer's more of a cam. I think he's wasted out there.
The problem is I just worry about... I worry about pace.
So let's have a look at that. No. So basically, my worry with that is, I don't know, unless Eze starts on my left there and drops in, I think we're going to struggle to unlock defences with that team. personally. I don't see where the creativity is coming from. Apart from Trent, I think.
Well, if you've got Palmer or
struggle.
Eze, you've got a lot of creativity there.
Yeah. And also it's quite narrow in terms of like I know Saka gives a lot of width there, but Trent likes to come inside. I guess Spence can come in on an overlap there, but
I mean, who could go in the 11?
I
personally,
do my 11
the
now?
one we're missing
So
is Bellingham.
can I just
yeah.
So let me just
Bellingham's
this is
the one that I
Josh's,
wouldn't.
This is just Josh's 11 then. So let me just read it out. So this is Josh's 11. So Pickford in goal, Stones, Maguire and Gay at centre back. He's playing 5 at the back. Alexander-Arnold at right back. Spence at left back. Rice and Wharton in the midfield as a 2, and then Saka, Kane, and Eze on my left. Or Palmer, but I'm not sure if that would work.
I think Palmer could play there.
Yeah, all right.
He's good
Palmer
enough
then.
to play anywhere.
Palmer, Saka, and Kane. We'll go mine.
By the way, that app's shocking because you can only get like
What
the
do you
ones
mean?
that he's picked. You only get his squad now, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but there's
yeah.
enough. There's enough though.
Okay.
I think. What did I? I think I'll just go for a 4-4-2.
A 4-4-2.
This is
You're
not
going
the form-
Brexit.
No,
You're going
no,
dodgeball.
sorry. I'm
You
not
want
going
like a
4-4-2.
what? A
Sorry,
4.
sorry. I'm trying to find the formation.
4-3-3.
This one. This.
A 4-2-3-1. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
So for me, I'd have Levi Colwill at centre back. Fuck, it doesn't let me change that. Levi Colwill and Mark Gay at centre back, and then I'd have Trent on the right, and I'd have
What, Lewis Skelly on the left?
I'd have Lewis Skelly on the left as well. Yeah, but I'm not putting Trent. People can't see this anyway. Then I'd have Rice, and I'd have Bellingham. For me, is a non-negotiable. Has to start. But I'd have Bellingham in the cam position.
Yeah.
And then I'd have Saka, Kane, and probably. This is the dilemma, right? We've got our left is our weak spot. It's like you've got Kane and Saka, and that's like non-negotiable. And then it's like, what do you do in the midfield here? Like it's
because we've got so many 10s.
Yeah,
we've got so many 10s.
So
Why do we produce so many 10s?
I think for me, honestly, like I'd go if he has a good season for Newcastle, I'd actually go Gordon.
Okay, that's interesting. I'll hear you out on that.
So
I forgot about Gordon.
I'd go Gordon, Saka, Kane, and then I'd have
Gordon
Rice,
gives you a bit of
Bellingham, and
pace.
I would actually play Wharton or Anderson in the midfield, depending on who has a better season. But I think for me, I'd love to play Rice, Bellingham, Eze, and Saka. I'd love to, or like a Morgan Gibbs-White. I'd love to have 3 sort of attack-minded players in the midfield there. And for me, Rice plays 6 for England. So at the minute, he's doing this experiment. You know how Arteta's playing Rice at the minute as this like
8. Yeah.
For me, it's like we've got enough 8s in England already, and I know that obviously Rice is used to playing the 8 under Arteta and stuff, but I think he could easily, because he played it for so much in West Ham and England, he could just go back to that 6 and just stay disciplined. And I think Rice is really good there. So for me, I'd play Rice in the 6. If you want to be really brave, when say if we play 60 minutes with Wharton and Rice there or Anderson, I'd switch it up and then I'd put like Eze or a Gibbs-White or something as a spark. But that would be personally mine. I trust Gay. I think with another full season with Colwill at Chelsea, I rate Colwill. And Gay will probably have another good season at Crystal Palace. I think them two are strong enough to hold the line. With Pickford in there, who's really, really strong. I think people's only worry with that would be like the fullbacks in terms of Skelly and Trent. Like, are they defensively good enough? So maybe you could swap Skelly out for Reece James or something, but
you could probably. I mean,
sorry, not Reece James. Someone else on the left back position there. I don't know. Maybe who's the lad at Spurs? Sorry, Spence. Maybe instead. Maybe I'd go Spence. But yeah, it's hard though with Trent. I think the thing is because Trent's going to bomb forward, it's almost like you sort of need 2 DMs in a way because.
He doesn't
defensively like we've not.
He
been
doesn't
great.
bomb forward though. He kind of just sits somewhere in the middle.
For me, like I wish a manager would just be like, "Fuck it, we've got so much attacking talent. Like I'm just gonna lump it all on."
Well,
and
Lee
even in
Carsley.
that lineup with Bellingham there, like for me, like I would love to play Rice, Bellingham, Palmer, Saka, Kane, and Gordon. Like that would be unreal. Like if you just went all out attack and played them and just trusted Rice in the 6 there, like that would be incredible. I don't think that's going to work.
My hot take though is that like from what I've seen of Rice, I don't know if he's good enough to tick the whole game together as like the 6. I don't know.
Yeah, he's not that
He's
type
not like
of.
that
He's not
good at,
that
like,
type of like
picking the lock.
But the thing is, like, you see Palmer at Chelsea, like he'll drop back, and that's what I mean. Like Ødegaard at Arsenal as well. Like Cole Palmer, I think could be that, or even Bellingham. Like these players have got the potential with Bellingham and Palmer in there with Rice. Like defensively, I've seen Bellingham is great at winning the ball back. Cole Palmer not as much, but Cole Palmer is one of those players a bit like Fernandes, where he likes to drop back, he likes to spray balls forward, he can pick it up, he can drift forward with it, he can drive forward. Morgan Gibbs White's like that as well. For me, like I don't think you need. I think for me, like if Rice and Wharton starts together, I just think it's overkill. Like I think you pick one and you trust them to do that role.
But I think
it's
they're
like,
really different
Pedri or
players,
Rodri
though. I think they're
Spain.
different players. They're different players.
I know they might be, but
They
what I'm
are.
saying is
They're so different.
Pick one and trust them just to sit there, and then leave the other two to drift around.
But I don't think, for me, I'm not playing Rice as a 6. I'm not playing Wharton. I'm playing them as a double. I'm playing them. They're a double pivot for me. Because I don't think Rice is good enough as a 6, and I don't think Wharton is kind of like a 6, but he's more. I think they can both be
for
box
me
to
though.
box.
I know this is controversial. It's like for me, if I look at Arsenal, right, like I'd rather pick Rice or pick Zubimendi, and then have two creative players around him that also can recover. Because for me, I think in a team, like there's this obsession with like having, like I understand for Spain, it's like, well, you can say that because Spain have got Zubimendi and Rodri, and France had Kante, but they've always had just one of those guys that just sits there just in front of the centre backs as just like the holding midfielder, and then you have other creative players to like make those recoveries and challenges if needed, but their main job is to move the ball forward and to play those balls into the channels for the wingers and Kane.
So your philosophy, basically, if I'm getting this, you're more. Let's just go at them. Let's go at
pace
teams.
and recover with pace, because we've got pace. We've got Skelly, we've got Spence, we've got Trent, we've got Rice has got unbelievable pace, recovery, getting back. You've seen those sliding challenges. Gay and Colwill aren't slouches, and I think we play a high line, we press, and we fucking go for it, and then we recover.
See, my philosophy is more like
it's not defensive.
My philosophy is more defensive.
Yeah, and I hate that.
No, because I just feel like
we should play like City and get destroyed, or you should go out.
I just feel like we could just get battered.
I'd rather die on our
sword
and get battered. I'd rather do that because I think we could go toe to toe.
But we've been really close to winning. I don't think you're understanding. We've been really close to winning.
Yeah, and you know why we've not won?
Yeah, why?
We don't die on a sword.
That's not true.
When Palmer came on at the Euros against Spain, we looked so much better, and he scored that goal, and then we lost.
Yeah. But Italy, right, okay, hold on.
That was
let's go back to 2021.
That was a joke.
Let's go back, right, because that wasn't. I don't think that was because of the lineup or the footballing philosophy, let's say, of Gareth Southgate. It was more his in-game management. It was poor.
Yeah, it's shocking.
I don't think Tuchel would be as naive to not see if a game was going poorly in a more. If he saw the opportunity to attack, I think he would let.
Well, that's not. I don't know. So far, he's not done. He's not.
But also, let's
that.
not forget. Yeah, I know, but we've been playing. It's quite hard, Jay, when you've been playing pretty poor teams.
I don't know. For me, I was expecting with Tuchel. For me, what he's doing, I'm seeing is instead of like making in-game changes, he's kind of like testing out different 11s.
Yeah,
I think.
Why not?
Yeah, I know. I get it, but it's. Yeah, it's
so hard.
England, though,
it's such a hard job. I don't even know.
If you look at like Palmer as well, like it's crazy that Palmer doesn't get. If Bellingham and Rice and Wharton plays,
I kind of forgot about Bellingham when I made my 11. I can't lie.
You forget about Eze as well. It's like it's these type of players where you're like, how Morgan Gibbs White at Forest. Like there's so many, and this is why for me, like you have to play with one DM for England. Like I cannot see. Like I can't. For me. It's wasted.
But I just think, mate, I'm not even joking. Watch a Wharton compilation. Wharton is a progressive player. He is. Crystal Palace fans. If there's any Crystal Palace fans watching me, like I just think.
No, but he is class. To be fair, no, he's class.
But it doesn't always work. Just putting loads of attacking players on a pitch. You need to. My philosophy is you need to make an 11 that is like solid, that is like balanced. I just think that like getting all your best players on the pitch. I just don't know if that's going to work. It looks good, and in theory it should.
Is there a world here where Kane doesn't play? Because I'm just thinking, like, he's the one player where, because he has to play every single game, it doesn't allow us to get loads of creative players into the team. And it's like, yeah, I understand he scores goals, but they're all fucking tap-ins. And like
That's not true.
Right, okay, they're not. But,
For England,
but
they have been.
Yeah,
to be a
for
lot
England,
of them have been.
yeah,
Or
and
he
this is
missed
what I
them.
mean, because we don't really like at Bayern. Kane's like the guy, and at Spurs he was like the guy, but for England he's not. Like we've got so many other good players that he's not like the only. Do you know what I mean though? Like it's not.
No, that is
I know
bollocks.
he's unreal,
That is
but,
complete
like,
bollocks. What you just said. How is at Bayern Munich? He's the main. He's one
He
of
is
the main
guy.
Musiala, Elise, like he's amongst a crop of like really good players. He's not. I think right now more people talk about Elise and Musiala than they do Kane. I think Kane just goes about his business. To be honest,
Yeah,
and he turns out.
I don't know. Like I fit from. Yeah, I don't know.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I think personally.
You need to play him, don't you, Kane?
You just have to. He plays. He's going to play. He's the captain. It doesn't matter. Let's just.
He
There's
looked
no point
shit at the
debating
World
it.
Cup, didn't he? Like look at the Euros, though, didn't he? He looked shit, but he looks
Yeah, he
mint
did
for
nothing.
Bayern.
I can't lie. He did
It's
nothing
mad
in the
though.
Euros.
Like he's really bad. Kane for me is like been such a washout for England. Like he's gonna basically break the goal record. But like he's done nothing of substance in big games like ever. Like
I'm
when he
trying to think of
when he
one
skied
big
that
moment.
penalty against, that was his big moment. When he
The
skied that
Germany
penalty
one.
against
Was
France,
it Germany?
fucking
He scored against Germany, but we didn't in the Euros, didn't he?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe,
that was quite.
yeah,
good. That was good.
I just
But then he also, that penalty against France.
penalty against France.
His England career. I mean, I think James Lawrence-Alcott was potentially talking about this, but I also don't want to attribute this to him if I'm wrong. But he was saying he has just been underwhelming for England. Weirdly, even though he will be the record, it feels so weird to say that, but he kind of has been, and it feels really like kind of ungrateful because he is a brilliant striker. You know, like
The thing is with Kane, like you need to play. It needs to be direct, tricky wingers. When you look at Elise, and then who else plays on the other? And Musiala,
and you've got people like Coman, Gnabry.
Yeah, Gnabry
like,
and Coman. Oh, and Diaz, of course. So
now they've got Diaz.
So Diaz and Elise on those wings, you know what you're going to get from them. They're going to drive. They're going to take on players. Like I think that's why he's going for Rashford and Madueke. But if you play Madueke and Rashford, you're just like, what? Even then, like I forgot about Madueke. He played so well. Like he was our best player last night.
Yeah, well, he
and
put some absolute stinky passes out
but when
there,
you're building
still.
a starting 11, he's nowhere near it. He's not even
not
in
in
my
terms of
thought
like talent,
process. But
no.
what's crazy is like he actually was one of our best players last night.
I know,
and he might bring the best out of Kane.
I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean because like having the idea of having like Kane and then two pacey wingers, like that is quite exciting. Or like two pacey, skillful wingers, rather than having like loads of similar kind of players that want to come inside and fuck about.
Yeah, because all those players, Bellingham, Gibbs White, Eze, fucking
even Saka likes to come inside.
Like they all like to come inside. Foden. They're all the same. It's like 5 players there. Whereas like Madueke and Rashford, mate, they all just dribble at players and put a cross in the box.
It's true.
For like Kane or Bellingham to get their head on. So
yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like he's going to have
hard,
to, at the end of the day, the
That's
guy's,
what
and this is what I'm saying, the guy's going to have to be like, this is the way I'm going to play, and I'm going to stick to it. And honestly,
that's what I'm saying,
it's going to piss people off, but he might actually play that way. Like, he actually, like, genuinely, we might go into a World Cup, and it's like, he might play Kane, and then he might have two.
Okay.
Like, for me, it could be Gordon and Madueke.
All I want, though, is to know that, like, I want to be able to see that. You know, with Southgate, like, I could never really see what he was trying to do. Whereas, like, if I see that 11, like, and what you just explained, then I could see, like, okay, he's probably trying to play Kane in that way that he's played for, like, Spurs, where he used to drop back, he used to play those passes to, like, Son.
He still does that for Bayern.
Yeah, and he does that for Bayern now. Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, and then he you know, late runs, or he's in the box when when they're a bit more higher up the pitch. But, like, so that as long as I can see that, but there was so many times like the other night, like last night, I didn't see that was the case. But maybe it's hard because they were a low block.
For me, Tuchel's, it seems like a perfect appointment because Kane's playing in Germany. He's obviously clearly familiar with German football. He's also familiar with the Premier League and how that works. Like for me, on paper, like it's perfect, and we should win the World Cup based on like the talent we've got. Based on
we should win the World Cup.
Based on the talent we've got on the manager on paper, yeah.
Fair enough.
I know, but it's like almost it's a match made in heaven. Like when the announcement was made, everyone was like, "Wow, this is crazy."
I don't know.
Like I feel like we should get to the final at least because our team and the talent we have and the manager we have, it's like on paper the best in the world. Like it just is. It's a fact.
I think it'll be really hard to win it. It's gonna be so fucking hot there as well. But anyway, what I've realised is that it's gonna be really fucking hard to select this 11. It's going to be really hot.
I mean, Grealish, what's he getting?
Could he sneak in?
Honestly, though, it is mad, like the amount of talent. What about Sancho at Villa? What if he's on a madness? They honestly, like England national football team is crazy stacked.
Instead of what he
But
needs
also,
to do,
Spanish podcast is the Spanish version of Armchair podcast. So they sat around saying, "God, Spain's national team is fucking stacked." Is every national team going? How are we going to fit all these players in?
How do you fit them all in? They just do.
Every single team has the same, but but they tend to just stick to the same ones that we know and love, and that'll probably happen with Tuchel too. Ultimately, he'll buckle to the media pressure, and he'll play the same starting 11 that we expect. And we'll go out in the semis. Yeah,
because I basically think as long as he has like a way, as long as I can work out what he's trying to do, I'll be quite happy, And if we win, that'd be nice.
My fear for this World Cup is that we do a Germany. Remember Germany at like the Euros a few years ago when they had like Özil and like they were dead good and then they fell off a cliff that tournament, got knocked out at Japan. It was World Cup, sorry. You got knocked out.
Yeah, but that's
Japan.
Completely different.
No, but my fear is that we do like an Iceland again, where it's like
but we
that's
were
my biggest fear. Yeah, but we're playing shit.
No, but we were really shit back then.
Yeah, but me, I was saying we'll play shit. We'll get knocked out surprisingly.
What is that? I don't understand.
Because we've looked shit so far. That's my worry.
But we always look shit. Whenever you watch England, when was the last time you thought we look good?
Never.
Ever. I've never, ever watched an England game and thought we look good.
Yeah, not really, no.
Actually,
especially that last
I tell you what, we looked
alright
in parts against France when we lost, ironically.
Yeah, we did look decent there. I think that was
and
also...
when we played fucking Ukraine.
That was mainly Saka.
Or when we played Iran.
Sorry to go on like a Saka... I'm not just going to bring it to like a Saka thing now. Like, genuinely, like, if we win a World Cup and Saka plays a bit, he's one of England's best. He always turns up for England.
Does,
like honestly,
why,
no one turns up for England. And like Cole Palmer, I think he's good for England as well. But honestly, Saka for England, like, he's so consistent that he scores all the time. And in all the big games, like, he causes havoc for like their fucking left back. It's like, and I feel like no one else like plays.
He's dragged us through big moments.
Saka plays for England. This is my biggest compliment to him. I don't see a difference when Saka steps into an England shirt. Yeah. He plays like he plays for Arsenal. Yeah. I just see Saka.
Sometimes
whereas, like when I see
better.
some players, when I see
it.
some players, I'm like, you're so different when you play for England. Like, you don't play the same.
Foden, what does he even do on the pitch for England?
He's like
sometimes.
That for City, but like, Kane, for example, just a few players. I just look at them and I think even Rice in an England shirt, he just doesn't play. He just like farts about.
I can't lie. That I was watching the game yesterday, and he's just farting about the pitch.
Yeah, and I also think as well, like a lot of.
I don't really know what he does.
I think
sometimes.
Also, but there is an element now, like with the amount of talent in the England team, where we almost have this entitlement about us in terms of like the way we play in the Premier League. It's all about build up, passing back, like City and all the best teams and. I just think that might have potentially seeped into the culture of the way we play football as well. I feel like we're overthinking. Like I feel like I'm watching Arsenal sometimes when I watch England. Like the amount of passing back we do, it's like just fucking play the thing forward.
I'm starting to think that I chose one of the stinkiest 11s ever. But my point
People are going to be laughing at that 11.
I don't really care. I don't care if you're laughing at the 11 because I've got an idea. I've at least got a footballing
it's a shit
philosophy.
idea, though, isn't it?
No, my idea is that I think Wharton.
No, it's not that bad.
I think Wharton brings something. And I keep going on about him, but he brings something that I think we lack. Like, I don't think Rice can do what he does.
Yeah.
I don't think we have another...
For me, though,
I don't think Bellingham... What does Bellingham do?
No, for me, so I was literally... it's so funny... No, it's so funny you've just mentioned
What does Bellingham actually...
No, it's funny. It's funny that you've just said that because I was just about to comment on Bellingham. Like, I was just about to say, Bellingham isn't actually, like...
He's a myth.
That good for England. But honestly, mate... That bicycle kick alone...
No, I know, I agree.
...is just worth putting him in the team for. I'm sorry,
yeah, I know what you mean.
He's just got something about them, and like on his day, like Bellingham is like one of the best players in the world. Like on his day,
I don't know where he plays. Is he a 10? Is he an 8? Is he a box midfielder?
Doesn't matter. He's a 10, isn't he? His best position for Real Madrid.
He's not
but he is. Yeah, he plays in
he's
that
a weird
10,
player.
and he drifts into the box. But he's an influence. What I'm saying is with Bellingham, he does put his mark on the game. He will get stuck in. He'll give it a go, and he's impactful.
No, I'm a massive Bellingham fan. I actually
Doesn't sound like it.
No, I am. At the Euros, I was all about the flipping. I was there. I was in Berlin, and I think it
got to his head.
But I thought that he was going to win I thought we were going to win it because of Bellingham. I genuinely convinced that we were going to win it, and we didn't fucking win it. So Bellingham, you fucking let me down, mate.
Yeah, the thing is, you can't even say we bottled that final. It was like they were just so much better at football.
You know what's
than
actually
us.
mental? We've not even mentioned like Bowen, who I rate so highly. Like Watkins
he's not getting,
was
he's
really
getting
good.
nowhere
I agree.
near it.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm just saying these are really good players, for example, that don't even get in the conversation because.
And you know what? I think Bowen.
so
I
hard.
think Bowen for England every time he's played for England has been really good.
I like the lad.
And
He's
also,
got
he
passion.
just looks so English.
We're forgetting Conor Gallagher. Trent Langton, friend of the show, said he would want to see Conor Gallagher start. He likes.
No,
his
I don't
passion.
think he said start. I think he said in the squad.
Comment.
He didn't say start.
Nah, he wanted
just to
to
defend
start.
you, mate. He's not starting, is he? But yeah, I mean, it's England, man. We get so passionate, like so much hope that goes into every single tournament.
Personally,
That we get.
what I
Just
want to do,
interrupt me, mate. I was doing like an inspirational speech, but
Were you?
it
Sorry.
doesn't matter. You've interrupted
No,
me
do you want to do it again?
No, it's fine. I can't clip that.
No,
off
do it
now.
again.
No. You carry on. I've lost it. So.
Sorry. That could have been literally like
That was going to be
podcast defining.
generational, but it doesn't
That would have
matter.
sent us to the fucking
Yeah, it
top.
doesn't matter. Because I was
That was
thinking,
it.
like, in my head when I was saying that, I was thinking, like, lads are going to clip this up. And, like, with a montage of, like, us on the road to the World Cup, like, we can do it this time, but every year we don't, so.
Well, the thing is, I don't. Were you going to say something along the lines of, I don't really care, but I'll believe at some point, and then it will come home.
I was going to be like, Saka, Kane, Tony.
No one's
I don't
going to
know
clip that
what it
up.
was. No, I wasn't going to say that. That was mint, though. That was
Ivan
amazing.
Toney.
That was an amazing piece of commentary from.
What happened to that bloke?
Well, he went to Saudi, he sold his soul. But honestly, that was an amazing piece of commentary from Alan Shearer. That pressure. What pressure? Pressure's tight. That was amazing. But yeah, I was convinced too. Like, I remember when so basically, when we played Spain, funny story about this actually. So where were you when we played Spain in the Euros final? But I was in Banff in Canada, which is proper random. And I basically paid $200 for someone to cover my shift because I was like, I cannot miss this final. Like, I cannot miss it. And I asked for weeks, and I was like, I'm going to quit my job, like, if no one takes this shift. And everyone eventually was like, is he going to shut the fuck up about this? So I paid someone $200, and they did the shift. And then obviously we lost. But honestly, like, I was convinced the entire game, even till the last, like, even when that goal went, I was like, when Spain went 1-0 up, I was like, we're fine, it's fine. When Cole Palmer scored that goal,
I knew this is the moment. Now.
I was like,
yeah,
we're going to win this.
We're winning it.
And, like, I got so excited. I was just like, we're winning this.
Yeah.
Like, literally, when Cole Palmer scored as well, it was so funny. So, some lad jumped up so high that his head hit one of those fans with the light on top, and it smashed it, and his head was bleeding, and it went all over the floor. It was so funny. Like, he jumped up and went, yeah! And he smashed his head on top. But he was, even though his head was cut open, he was still buzzing. Like, he didn't even notice, and everyone was like, mate, you just smashed it all over the floor.
Bloody
But
hell.
yeah, it's just mental, because you'd think when that Cole Palmer goal goes in, you're like, someone's going to step up now and we're just going to win it.
We're just
like,
going to win it.
Because, like, we won it on pure just aura. Like, that's what it was. It was just
pure
Ollie
belief.
Watkins, Bellingham, Palmer. It was just big moments.
It was
Because
basically
we
even
did
like
look
Saka's goal, yeah.
We looked like a team that was going to win that
Basically,
tournament based off, like, big moments.
What the
That's
Lionesses
what teams
did,
do.
really.
Yeah,
They
that's
kind of
what the
played a
teams
bit
do.
shit, but they just
Like,
won.
and that's what we need to do. Like, it's a great point, Josh. Like, the Lionesses were crap against Spain in that final.
Well, they were crap the whole tournament.
They were crap the whole tournament, and then
But
they
they
just
just
won it
won.
off pure, like, it was a bit luck. I think it's football's luck at the end of the day, and I think Walker cost us that fucking game, mate.
If you notice, this is my story about the final. There's no button on this, and it's because I like ripped off my shirt and the button like spun off. But I was in Berlin, so I was in the fan
that's sick.
zone. So
I bet you were gutted.
yeah, so I thought like basically it was my year abroad. So I was like, what the fuck? What are the odds of like being on year abroad,
would've been
being on
amazing.
your year abroad
Yeah,
in
I feel
Berlin?
bad for you, man.
And like the Euros are here at the same time. It was mint. Like what an amazing! It was the best summer of my life by far. The Euros are there. It was like unreal atmosphere every day. And then I thought, and then the way the game started, and then that Palmer goal, I was like, this is it.
Yeah, you're gonna
and
win it.
I'm actually
Especially
gonna
because
watch.
you
I'm
probably-
actually gonna watch England like win
Yeah.
a tournament in the host country.
And you probably thought like this is meant to be.
This is gonna be the best night
like,
of my
I'm
life.
this age.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in Germany. Like,
Yeah.
it's in Germany. Germany of all
Like,
places
what
as
are the
well.
odds? What are the odds of
the
this?
stars
That
were
I
aligned.
learned German for some fucking stupid
exactly.
reason.
Yeah, this is
like,
why.
and I'm never gonna use
Because
it, but I'll use it now.
Yeah,
to
because
fucking tell Jim.
in what was it, 2024?
Halt die Fresse and all
England
that.
have won. You were. That's when you won the Euros, and it would have been this amazing story of you doing a year abroad and everything. And you know who took that from us? Fucking Kyle Walker, mate. No, not really. What do you think the reason was we lost that game? I don't even know. It was all a blur. I can't remember.
I don't remember any of it.
I remember that Palmer goal going in and thinking we're going to win it, and then all of a sudden we got carved over.
I remember running back to my flat that night. I ran.
Why?
I don't know.
pure
Just because
anger?
I was pure, like, I just lost my head. And then a bloke was like, "You're right, mate. How do I get back to this hotel?" It was
What,
on
in
the other
German?
side of the city. No, it was an English bloke.
That's so far.
And I was like, "Yeah, it's on the other side of the city, mate."
I'm sorry. I think I would have completely lost my because like I remember when Saka
Germans
when
and the
Saka
Spanish
missed
as
that.
well.
I know it would piss me. I'm honestly, I would have been put in
And I
prison.
was with a
that
Scottish
night.
bloke.
Oh fuck.
That was even worse.
That sounds like the worst. That could have been the best night of your life. It turned into the worst night of your life.
It wasn't that. It wasn't the
Because
worst.
like everyone's got an England story. Like this is what's so good about England compared to. I love like tournament football because it brings everyone together and everyone's always got a story. Like everyone's always got a story about when that game happened when I was there. Do you know what I mean? Like it is really fun. I do enjoy it. So I do look forward to it, even though like the likelihood is like it's gonna end in tears.
Yeah.
Even that bit is pretty funny. Like when the inevitable
when it
does
ends
happen.
in tears.
Yeah,
I remember.
like,
Yeah, it is
those
almost
sweet,
like
sweet
this
tears.
like thing that happens as well in the UK of like every fucking
We
time
enjoy the misery.
in England. They're like, "Are we going to get a day off work tomorrow then?" Everyone's like, "I'm not going in tomorrow. If we win, I'm not going in." And then everyone's sat there at like fucking 11, pissed,
Yeah.
crying, being like, "I have to go to work tomorrow."
I remember
as well,
when
and this fucking
when
stinks.
when Saka took, for some reason I was that pissed when Saka took up when Saka stepped up to take that penalty when he was 18. I just thought in my head for some reason like I didn't know it was the last penalty because I was pissed. I was like, surely they've not put him on for the last penalty. So I was like, and I remember going Saka, yeah, and then he missed, and I remember like the whole place just went like it was like a fucking bomb just dropped.
Ever.
And then I was like,
It was
oh,
so
what?
bad.
I didn't realise. And then I just, all of a sudden, like, this rage just ensued me. Because I was thinking, my brain just sort of went,
What
the
just
fuck
happened? What the fuck
was
just
Saka
happened?
on the last penalty?
Why was he on that? What was that?
Because I didn't realise. I was like, oh, it must be like the foot that we must be on sudden. But I realised it's went to sudden death and they put Saka on it. And I was like, why? And that really, I remember the first thing I did was there was a cup on the table with like half pint. I just fucking lobbed it. I was pissed.
Plastic
And
cups.
it wasn't glass. I didn't kill anyone. And then I was just fuming.
You were about crying.
That was I was crying.
I remember this thing he said. Just this quote. He was like, I was like, Jay, like the fucking World Cup's in another year, and he was like, no, that was it. That was it.
I believe that to this day. This is why I'm so pissed off because
that was the best chance we had.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, by far.
That was it, and not
Home
even in terms of
pretty
like
much.
that was it in terms of winning a trophy. It's like if we won that Euros, that would have changed the entire course of English football history, in my opinion, because you win that tournament at home, and all of a sudden the players are like,
let's have it.
We can win. We can win now.
Yeah.
And that mental block is gone. It's like Arsenal with the Premier League. Once we win one, we could dominate football.
Tottenham.
It's like it's just like I know, but honestly, it pissed me off so much. So I was like, how have we bottled that? We've somehow got to Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, but it is funny because like
it's not funny.
Yeah, but
it wasn't
so
funny,
English.
Mate. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, and I'm sick of this whole English football. Like, I want this to be a great country. I fucking live here. It's pissing me off. Like, I'm sick of this mentality of like, oh, we're just like it's funny because we're all miserable. It's not. I'm sick of it. I want to be happy. I want the country to improve, and I want our national team to be the best footballing side in the world. I want Britain to be great again, not in a racist way.
Well, not Britain, England.
Specifically. England,
Fuck
sorry.
the other country.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. So it's wider than England in terms of the economy and the country. But in terms of England, let's start with England. If we win the World Cup, maybe Scotland and Ireland will benefit. We don't know. Probably not.
Not the Welsh.
Probably not. Or the Welsh, yeah. The Welsh. But like, do you know what I mean? I just think like I'm sick of this mentality of like, oh, same old England. Same with Arsenal. I'm sick of it. No, it's gonna change and it has to change. The players need to fucking grow some fucking balls, mate. I'm telling you now.
Will it change? Oh, finally, let's just end with this. I got asked a question in a pub once, which was, would you rather see Arsenal win the Champions League or England win the World Cup?
Whoa. I
Okay.
think there's only one answer to that.
My answer is, I think it's the opposite to your answer.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
Right, 3, 2, 1.
England win the World Cup. It's not opposite to my
answer. Okay, good.
answer.
No, because I like
that is crazy. I'm sorry if anyone
disagrees.
if anyone wants their actual team, like, and aside from Liverpool fans, because like they've got this Scouse thing where it's like not English. But if anyone would prefer like their club.
I find it weird.
Their club to win like a Champions League or a Premier League over England winning something, I think it's crazy. But also, you've got to keep in mind, like, a lot of fans watching this are fans of like Mansfield Town, like clubs in the Championship, where they'll never win a trophy, and they follow them, and it's like
Stags win.
No, but and the thing, yeah, they've already won a trophy.
In 1987, they won the Rovers Cup.
But what I'm saying is, it's like we don't follow England week in, week out. I know some of us can't even get to an England game because there's only so many tickets, and it only happens.
Some
once.
of us can't be asked to go to
Yeah,
Wembley.
but I think there is this thing about it where it's like, you know, when we won the war, and
no, I don't.
Remember. We were there. No, in 1945 when we won the war, you know that pure like where it brings everyone together.
We haven't been happy as a country since
1945.
1966.
Yeah,
when
since
we actually
1966.
won the World Cup.
So our country's history is 1945, biggest piss up ever. We win like D-Day, whatever, not D-Day, but you know what I mean? Like, why is it Z-Day? And then V-Day, and then fucking literally like 1966, because that's the only time where everyone's like, you go to your next one and be like, fucking legend.
That was the only time that anyone was happy, and then every time since that, it's just been shit.
And what we also forget is that like there's like literally, I'm not even joking, this is mad, but there is 50% of the country, which is disgusting, that don't watch football and actually don't care about the English national team. That we forget because they like honestly, they're into cricket, they're into rugby, and they actually hate football. And they hate international football. These people exist.
Yeah, I know, but these people...
It's like 50% of the country.
It's not half. It's not half. It's like 25%. It's not half because even the people that don't like football, they watch it when it's the...
All right, 25% of freaks that stay indoors and like they dread for the day that when we won the World Cup because they're like, oh, the pubs are going to be full.
It's going to be riots.
It's going to be like, there's going to be people actually being happy on the streets. And they think that everyone's an idiot and everyone's going to go out and like fucking...
Well, we are.
But we are. Yeah.
And that's our whole point. Like, it was just the idea that I want to see what would actually happen. Would it just break down? Would England just like implode?
I think it would be one of the best days ever because I think everyone would go out on. I think your first reaction to England winning the World Cup
go outside
is So weirdly enough, is watch like us lift the trophy, and as soon as it's lifted, go to your nearest fan park or go to anywhere.
Pub.
To your nearest pub and just get fucking
get on top of a bus
and just get on top of something and start going, yeah. So I feel like everyone, it'd be like fucking, it would be like
1945.
Yeah, it would. That's what I mean, and that's what I love. And also the amount of England flags and car horns and everything. It was like, you know, Leicester when they won the Premier League. Ollie was there, lived in Leicester, and he said that like it was amazing. Like every single car horn was like beeping, and everyone was outside like on top of cars and just like hugging each other and being like, "This is the best thing that's ever happened since sliced bread."
So that's what I thought was going to happen in Berlin.
And I was kind of gutted that I was in Banff for it, but it was still great because we had an English core that we watched it with.
Yeah.
And we had like our face painted and we were like, we're just going to... Because I said like, I feel sorry for anyone in Banff now. Like any tourist who comes to Banff on this night when I'm out, when England have won, like, I'm going to lose my job tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like honestly, I would have got absolutely slaughtered. And I think everyone was excited for it. Everyone's like, Jacob, I've never seen Jacob like this before.
Because
like everyone was like, I don't really get that drunk. But everyone was like, you could tell people looking around him thinking he's going to.
But this is the power. Like this is why I say that. Going back to the question, watching England win a World Cup would be more important because just that opportunity of the whole like nation
coming together.
And I think we fucking need it because this.
We do need it. We need it next summer, like especially.
Like,
we need
Jesus
it.
Christ! I think
because
that's all we've got.
Miserable. It is all we've got.
This could save the country.
Left. It's true because like, and the thing is like, oh yeah, Arsenal won the Champions League, great, but it's only Arsenal fans. And you celebrate in a pub and someone will turn around and go, oh, you're a wanker.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if England win it, everyone's just, like, crying.
Yeah.
It is that one of those things that, like, I've celebrated.
It'd be like religious experience.
Like, literally, it is, like, it's the closest thing to religion because I've literally hugged grown men that are crying that I literally locked eyes with for a second. And in that 1 second, we felt connected.
Yeah. That's the power, though.
It is a bit.
Isn't
people
it
are going to listen to this laughing, but it's like in Banff, like when Cole Palmer scored, I was hugging this guy, and I was like, "We're going to do it," and then he was like, "Yeah, we're going to do it, bro," and I was like, "You know what? You're my brother."
Yeah. You know what?
And then we went into the toilet.
What is all this about? You know, let's break down the fucking. It makes you like a hippie.
Yeah, it does.
What is all this fucking hatred about?
Like, to be honest, it does because then you just get pissed and you think, "What's all this about? Like, what are we going into work for?"
It literally this is why we can't win it because they need us to fucking go to work.
I think there's like
there's a conspiracy theory.
There is because I think if we won it, everyone would just turn around and go. I
We're
think
not-
it'd be just a bender that wouldn't stop.
It'd be the
There'd
opposite
be
to COVID.
riots. Yeah, it'd be
It'd
like
be the lock.
everyone would be just happy
Lock-in.
forever.
Everyone's
The
locked into
everyone,
pubs.
and everyone would just be locked into pubs,
Bastard.
locked into socialising, and like the working world would
That's just-
collapse and the
honestly,
economy would
like-
collapse. We'd drink all the beer, and then everyone would just be like, "We need more beer," and then everyone would just
Riots.
fucking like make beer and work on beer farms, if that's even a thing.
Yeah.
Distilleries.
That's.
But honestly, like
Yeah.
I could
Listen,
think of
Tommy
nothing-
Tuchel, the power's in your hands, mate.
and like Tommy Tuchel, what
to
would
make
be
us this
what would
happy.
be so funny is
You could change
no,
English
honestly,
history.
I can think of something so
He would
funny.
be one of the most important
So
English
like
people.
there would be
German-
we
what?
would remake the 10 Germans bombers chant. Someone would, or the nation would, and it would have Tommy Tuchel's name in it. And for some there'd be German flags out. I reckon there'd be. What's
would-
so
it
funny
would-
is
yeah.
19. It'd be the
It'd be
recreation.
poetic.
No, listen to this. It'd be poetic. So it'd be the recreation of 1945, but like we defeated Germany. Germany have helped us now win a World Cup, and it'd be like the
They've
German
repaid
flags
the
and
favour.
England flags.
Yeah, finally.
People look back and think, imagine that. Like, imagine people in 1945, they were alive in 2026 to see us Germany and England flags together. They'd be like, what the fuck is going on? They'd think that the Nazis had fucking won the war.
Well,
But no, it was just Tommy Tuchel.
no,
winning us
it
a
was
World
just the
Cup.
power of football. Exactly. Football always wins.
And on that note,
That's what it is.
That is the-
Fuck you now.
Jesus Christ, you ruined it.
Oh, sorry. That's
Well, I
good
have to
though,
speak
because
for
that'll
another
be
10
like
minutes now.
yeah, but that'll be like
You're an idiot.
I did it again deliberately. That's what I can say.
God's sake.
Sorry, go on.
Every time we try to do like a poetic thing, and he just ruins it. Anyway, 3 lines on the shirt. Can't wait.
Yeah, take me there.
It's all going to end in tears. But
It always does.
all right. Well, see you in the pub. Cheers, everyone. Thanks
Bye.
for listening. Bye.